Minasan, konnichiwa. Dovarachitsiem? Siem dobry. Everyone, good afternoon. And then evening in Ukraine. So I got my one-chip Super Famicom from a seller named Yossuke who lives in Tokyo, and it was the same day I got my FX Pack Pro thing was pretty much where I discovered that the original Super Famicom I have, I thought it was going to be a one chip, but suddenly it wasn't. I checked a couple weeks later and I've had the APU one, and it was an APU one, which I was real in a shocker. But I figured that I real want one chip. There are 3 different variants of one chip. The initial one's going to be one chip 01, one chip 02, and one chip 03. And the one I bought is a couple weeks ago is a one chip 01. Would have been real cool to get a one chip 03, but wouldn't be able to really afford it at this complete moment. This is my one chip Super Famicom only. Looks real good condition and not like yellowy. Anything else I need to know about? And real special thanks to Yossuke from Tokyo for shipping me the one chip 01 Super Famicom. Stay tuned for more. Alright, this is the one chip Super Famicom itself. I can replace the top shell no problem to have the system like new, but before I could real do that, I want to test drive this thing to make sure it works. And how you can tell is the 248 serial number of the Super Famicom one chip. Shout out to my girlfriend / future wife Ariana. Shout out to my brothers Kyle and Zach. And shout out to my pal Yossuke, who lives in Japan. Stay tuned for more. To show you comparison wise, as I was real saying, this is the APU one Super Famicom, and this is the one chip. The earlier models have the same sticker, saying G741804. SHVC JPN1 was my under the impression that it's a one chip, but this is an earlier model. This one's the APU model, APU1 model, and this one is the one chip Super Famicom. And so what I plan on doing as soon as I make sure this thing works is I will replace the top shell for sure. Replace the top shell to this as transferring in to make my system like new as possible. Even though it's not yellowy, it's not that big of an issue. But always make sure to test drive it before you can real make sure it works. Stay tuned for more. Alright, my one chip Super Famicom real works. I am gonna put this. It has like a sharper picture than the APU1 Super Famicom from what I'm noticing here. Other than that, sorry for the waves on my CRTs. But I thought I'd show you that the one chip Super Famicom does work and will be replacing the top shell for sure. From the APU1 to my current one chip to real keep. I will be selling my APU1 Super Famicom, but it's not going to be immediately. Minasan bitega arigatou gozaimashita. Spasiba za paswatchlim всем. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please comment, like, no one a thumbs up, and please subscribe. Alright, So, I thought it was the end of the video, but was mistaken. But this is how I could show you. On here it says SNS APU01, which is my original Super Famicom I had for like 6 years. And down here is one chip 01, which is the one I real bought. Now you know how much of a difference it is for the Super Famicom to be the one chip and the APU01, and the APU01 is the one I wanted to get rid of, since that's why I'm upgrading the shell first. That's the model I had for 6 years, but now I wanted to upgrade to a 101 Super Famicom, which is this one. And 101. Real make sure to open your Super Famicom if you have the tools, and real make sure it's a 1 chip. Cause I thought this one was a 1 chip, but it's not. This one is, luckily. So always real make sure that it's a 1 chip for sure. Equipment wise. Minasan mitaga arigatou gozaimashita. Spasiba za посмотрим всем. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please comment, like, knowing a thumbs up, and please subscribe. Alright, so this is before and after. This is the original top shelf for the 1 chip Super Famicom here. From the APU1 Super Famicom to this shell. So I made the shell like new as possible for the 1 chip. To make the system like new as possible. And it was my initial time diagnosing the system, but the eject button was bent off with, in other words, in the wrong way, so I put it back. And this is the APU1 Super Famicom model I have. Which is a 24645 serial number. And there wasn't any ways to get that black mark out of there was the main issue. So I figured to replace the top shell. And this is the 1 chip Super Famicom, the one I real upgraded to. And possibly have a new top shell for it, luckily. So I made sure to make the system like new as possible, in other words. Minasan mitaga arigatou gozaimashita. Spasiba za посмотрим всем. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please comment, like, knowing a thumbs up, and please subscribe.